I'm Dara the Bow Girl and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're gonna be making 3 mouth-watering, eye-popping fish dishes. So the first dish we're gonna start off with is a salt-packed Branzino with fresh peas and a Sundried Tomato sauce. So we're gonna start by making an aromatic herb mix. So I'm gonna start by taking rosemary and adding dill to it, tarragon, thyme, and parsley. I'm gonna mix this up a bit, and that's your mix. So now I'm gonna make the salt packing mixture that we're gonna put on top of the fish. So I'm gonna take my salt crystals, put that in, the egg whites. We want the white, not the yellow. Flour, and then a few big pinches of the aromatic herbs. And then I'm gonna mix this up with my fingers. Ooh, it feels gushy and mushy. Oh. And you just wanna mix this all up until you've mixed it thoroughly and everything is combined nicely. So at the store, I got a whole Branzino, also known as a European bass, and I got a full fish, and all I did was I got the guy to scale and gut it. But I didn't want him to fillet it because we're gonna be cooking the fish whole. So I've unpacked my Branzino and patted it dry so any of the excess liquid is gone. And now I'm gonna put it down on my Silpat, which is a silicone mat that acts like parchment paper or wax paper so that my fish doesn't stick to my baking pan. So now I'm gonna salt pack my Branzino with the mixture we made before. And I'm just gonna cover the whole fish in the mixture, including the tail. I'm just gonna leave just about this much room around the fish's face so that it's peeking out, like we're tucking it in a little blanket. Saying goodnight, Branzino. So now that I've salt packed my Branzino, I'm gonna put it in my preheated oven to 425 degrees for 20 minutes. So now I'm gonna set my timer to 20 minutes and turn it on. So I have a pot of boiling water and about a half a cup of peas. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna plop the peas in here and just blanch them for no longer than 90 seconds. And what this will do is actually just bring that bright green pea color out and also cook them through. So now that I've blanched my peas, I'm gonna pour it into a colander and immediately turn on the cold water to stop the cooking process. Now my Branzino is done. The salt is nice and browned. And now, all we have to do is whack, 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 whack. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just basically break open the shell of this salt. And this takes a little muscle. It's a good thing I dance. Okay guys, so now I have my cooked fish on my cutting board, and with my boning knife from the 2 flipper things, I'm gonna cut the head off and just get in there and cut that sucker off. And then after this, if you can just lightly hold any of the meat and just kind of take out the spine. But you don't have to worry about bones that much because I like to just work around them. And now I'm just gonna cut myself some nice fish fillet. So the sauce for this dish is gonna be a sun-dried tomato sauce, and it's really easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a half cup of sun-dried tomatoes, and I got this at the store in a jar with already soaked in olive oil. So I'm just gonna put this into a food processor with 1 chipotle pepper. And this was in an adobo sauce, but I just took it out, and so I'm just gonna put one of these in. And a pinch of salt and some pepper. It depends on how much pepper you like. I like a lot of pepper, so put your pepper in and then food process it. So now it's the consistency that I like. It's spreadable, but still a little too thick. So I'm gonna put the lid back on and drizzle extra virgin olive oil in just to thin it out a bit. Our next step is plating, which is one of my favorites. I like to say, find your inner Picasso. You want it to be abstract and artistic, but still the people get it. So I'm gonna show you some tips and ways you can plate your food you've been working on all day. So as you can see, I have a lot of colors here: green, red, silver, and white. These colors will all contrast each other. So I'm gonna start with the red, the sun-dried tomato sauce. And I'm gonna spread it on my plate across. Then taking my peas, I'm gonna spoon it into the middle of the red sauce. Then, taking my fish fillet, I'm gonna lay it on top of the peas. Then finishing this off, I'm gonna take some mustard microgreens, and these are like little teeny leaves, and they have a nice spice to them. And I'm just gonna sprinkle a few of these on top. Put a little bit of the red on top, and I'm done. And I'm going to take a bite, get everything in there. The peas, the sun-dried tomato, the fish. It's so perfect. The saltiness from the fish and the kind of soury tartness from the sun-dried tomatoes and the brightness the peas just brings to it. It's like an explosion of all these different flavors in your mouth. I wish I could eat this every single day. I hope you guys make this too, and let's move on to the next dish.